The first track that you hear in the background is called Dad, and it was released on Flamingo Records, labeled by Fedele Legrand. I guess it used to be by Fedele Legrand, I'm not sure if it's still his. Oma is watching, thank you so much for joining, and Tom as well. Let me just check the title. Yeah, it's Dan, together with TR Meat, and the track is called simply Dad. I remember, for example, that we had this a couple of years ago by Sander Van Doorn and Oliver Heldens, and this time it's Dad. Yeah, seems like people are getting running out of ideas. And today, when I was actually doing my Bisicast playlist, like the update, you probably saw that as well. My post earlier that how to phrase this? I was surprised, also for myself, that I'm running out of ideas to how to call my episodes, and then I thought, well, maybe I would stop it. But yeah, for now it's fine, I believe. Okay, Kevin is also watching. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, and also I got loads and loads of promos, so I'm very happy to show that to you. So if you enjoy what I'm doing, of course, feel free to share this podcast. Jordan and Igor are also watching. Thank you so much for joining. So yeah, it's a very simple track, but very enjoyable still. I just enjoy, the very basic tech tracks. Sometimes it's very cool, to jack to them, and I believe that the mixing is very nice. The bassline could have been a bit more to the front, but it's still very nice. The mastering or the levels are very interesting on this one because it's, cuts down, the master is cut down to -2 or -3 dB, which is very unusual nowadays. But yeah, if they prefer it this way, then it's not, a huge difference. So yeah, this track is very fine. Yeah, howdy Jordan. Yeah, so this is that as an introduction, and now the proper tech track of this week. I'm not the only one who likes it. There are many people that are liking it. Also, I believe one of my friends from the UK posted it on his Twitter as well. The track is called Prayer. The original is by Prosper, and this is the Will Easton remix. Easton, I believe. Will Easton is actually a very known producer already, I believe. He had some great releases in the past. I, for example, enjoyed a 30 Months Trial, I believe it was called. Very nice tech track mixed with techno, very nice. And this one is actually no exception. Yeah, Joachim is also over on Insta. Thank you so much for joining. And Douglas joined as well. So yeah. Actually, it's way nicer to have a smaller iPad, because then I see more of the screen. I don't have actually to go up and down, because I can read your comments anyway, so that's very fine. Yeah, this one goes more into, tech deep, prog, something in between. So yeah, if you enjoy what I'm doing, feel free to share. Always very welcome to see that. Yeah, and I hope that you'll enjoy my previous episodes that I also uploaded. Actually, they were uploaded for a longer time already, but the problem with that was that I never had time to kind of, make the make the comment, like make the description ready and all that, and yeah, and actually for some reason I never actually came around to do that, but today in the afternoon I had an hour off or so then actually I could do that finally. I don't know, on the weekend I don't really feel that motivation to do that stuff, I don't know. But yeah, I'm done now, and enjoying this drop here by Will Easton. Wow! Such a unique synthie. Yeah, it is so enjoyable. Good shit. Also like the bass line in the background. So he really thought of everything. So yeah, it's very nice. So yeah, I got loads and loads of progressive stuff. Actually, this Will Easton track is actually a very nice introduction to this section that I have, kind of. Oh, Joachim, I'm feeling telepathy here. Yeah, just as many people. So Joachim on Instagram is asking about my opinion on the Gesaffelstein album. And yeah, he released an album, I believe, last Friday or last week, general. And to be honest, yeah, it's not my cup of tea. So it is electronica. I like the first track. This has a very nice synthie. But if he could, like, you know, like do like a very juicy kick, and you know the synthie, the bass line is very sick, but it's without any kick or so. So actually, I would love to hear a remix of this with a really juicy kick, nice bass line, and it could be like a very nice main room-esque track, yeah. But maybe Gesaffelstein it's not about that. But I remember Pursuit is one of my favorite tracks by him, and this was, you know, so sick with this kick snare, and actually this is not really something that is happening on the album. So from my point of view, I'm disappointed, you know, because it doesn't really meet my expectations. But you know, this is only my opinion. So there are actually many opinions out there. I believe Olindo likes it a lot. So yeah, but I need something to dance to. This sounds very strange, but yeah, it's just how I am. So, and on electronica it's tough to dance without a kick, so yeah. That's my opinion about it. What is your opinion, Joachim? Let me know. Meanwhile, we have this wonderful track here. Still by Will Easton on the remix. Prosper with Prayer. I love the experimental route he's taking, but I guess you mean, I get what you mean. Yeah. Actually, for me, it's not really also about listening, to be honest. Yeah, but that's just myself, you know. I'm just, you know, when it's about electronic music, I always wanted to dance. So, no matter how, no matter what. Somehow, you know, also like, sometimes I hear like this also goes into deep, but it's kinda, I can still dance on it. It has a very nice kick, very nice bass line. Something, you know, that catches my attention. So this is important for me. So that actually I'm listening to a track and think, oh well, this is cool. Like instantly, usually. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 listenings. Rarely, but it does. Sometimes. But yeah. If you see that red dot, sorry, I cut myself during shaving with the razor. I didn't even feel it. It's just, I hope that they won't disturb it too much. Because I always say in the Bisicast, it's not about me. It's about the music that I play, and this should be in the focus. Yeah. So this is basically my first kind of introduction into tech. Maybe one more because it fits very well. I just received it today. And this will be released soon. This is by our French tribal producer Matthias D, together with Ivan Miranda. It's called Damage, and I believe it's not released yet. But I want to give it a play because this is what I call an epic bass line. So this is when I heard this today for the first time. It blew my mind. I'm really honest. So it's definitely worth checking out. And I believe it's not released yet, so I will probably edit later. Into the it's not there yet, so maybe over the course of the next week or so, and then I'll add this to the playlist. But I definitely want to show it to you because I love it so much. And yeah, thanks of course Matthias for sending. This blew my mind today, really. So, hot recommendation, absolutely, when it comes out. Matthias D with Ivan Miranda and Damage, and it's a true damager. Just like this German rapper, he's called Tony D, and the D stands for damager. Yeah, sick. The drop goes for a minute, very nice. I can actually sing the bass line. Yeah, also like these steps, so nice. You know, when they fit in the breakdown, it's probably the best feeling ever, so yeah. The drums. Then he adds small bass line to it. Sorry, like a small, like kind of synthy in the beginning. The bass lines. Sick. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, so this is definitely a nice track. So yeah. So this will be out soon. The label, maybe I can tell you that one as well. So I received it in my inbox. So label is called yeah, UNDGRD music, so underground music but just without the vocals. So yeah, I'll probably tag him. Seems good. So I don't know, unfortunately, about the Miranda, but this is definitely worth checking out. Music, and this is out soon. I'll of course add it to the playlist when it's released, of course. So don't worry about this. Sorry, this is actually wrong. It should be UNGRD. I put this correctly. Okay, at least. So, but I definitely wanted to touch on this before I head over to the other tracks, the more progressive tracks. Jared also joined. Thank you so much. Yeah. So just in time, I believe, for the first progressive track. Wow, look who's also watching. Oscar, sick. I haven't heard from you in a while. How are you, Oscar? Yeah, I believe I will start with my favorite of last week, and I believe also still this week. It's Grease 2000 by CYA, actually a cover in that case, because it's yeah, the original is by, how are they called again? I forgot it. Two something honor. I don't know who's by the original. I'll look it up. Just give me a second. The original is by Free Drives. Sorry, that's what I meant. Free Drives on a Vinyl. Yeah, also called. So this is actually the project. Like guys from the Netherlands, and this is a cover. Yeah, supported on Beatport. Also wanted to mention because it's absolutely worth supporting it. Yeah. CYA has a very unique sound, so I've already mentioned it, I believe, on their last release, like roughly a month ago. So also posted it on Facebook that they don't slow down, which is great, because it took them, I believe, half a year to release the first EP. It was already announced, and they said no, not yet, and they withdraw the release. And then, actually, they couldn't actually withdraw it because it was not released. It was just... Yeah, well, never mind. You get what I mean. And actually, half a year later, they released the first EP, and now there's the next single, I would say, Grease 2000, based on the original by Free Drives on a Vinyl. Yeah, absolutely fantastic, theme in general, but also like when they, drop the uplifting synthes. Wow, it's even better. And there's also another version floating around by Dimitri Vangelis and Wyman. I believe they played it on A Summer Story, and I was also very much in love with their version as well. It's even a bit more I believe rougher. Like, I can't really remember that. I would have to look up whether I recorded it or not. But yeah. Yeah, like their synthes also, like when you check out the breakdown later, it's also very genuine, absolutely sick. Yeah, it's of course on Spotify. I will just look it up for you, but it's definitely, because I saw it already. And now there comes the build up, and the two snares. Da, 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 da. Puts me into uplifting heaven, really. Just like all their music, basically. This one especially. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic track. Really worth, really worth supporting. And also, I met Staar. I met one of the guys. Yeah, I should rename myself to Snare God or something like this. Like, you know, the God that Kanye West said once. And like, not the other one. Like, no, not like the pure God. You know what I mean. So CYA with Breeze 2000. They're absolutely great guys, and their music is even better. So yeah, huge shout outs to the guys from CYA for this wonderful version of Breeze 2000. So as you can see, you can actually make a track like a mix of a track, you know, or actually a cover even in that case, like in such a great way that, you know, that you can make something totally new out of it. And for me, for example, I do like the original. I had several remixes already that I liked as well in the past. I believe they were even original, but this one is yet again absolutely fantastic. So, you know, they came up with the melody, like they covered the melody and they built a whole, like, it sounds to me like a CYA track. It doesn't really sound like a cover of Breeze 2000. And, you know, if you can make that up, this is probably the best thing that you can actually do as a producer. So, because it's very rare that that I really like a cover, you know, and I don't hear it as a cover. It happens sometimes, but I can't really remember the last time it really hit me. I like the snares. And actually, this is kind of the drive, you know, and that supports this beautiful uplifting melody. Really wonderful. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Nothing to add, I'm honest. So tell me what you think about Breeze 2000 by CYA in the comments, whether you enjoyed it as much as I did. Snare. It's absolutely wonderful track. It goes for over 6 minutes, so you can really, you know, listen to it, and it doesn't really stop at 3 minutes, and then it goes to the next one. So, I mean, I'm a fan. I'm still a fan of this kind of extended, produced tracks. You cannot really say extended mixes, because nowadays extended mixes can also be only 3 minutes long. So, yeah. So I believe they really took the time for the build-up. The build-up is 1 minute 15 in both cases. So sometimes the build-ups or fills are actually only half a minute long nowadays. So this is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I'm very thankful for CYA for releasing this absolutely wonderful release. So tell me what you think about this. I'm very interested, because actually, you know, I'm still buzzing when I'm, you know, when I remember the thing of the what's called, yeah, Summer Story set from last year. That was really one of my favorites. I believe it was my favorite set of the year. And fun fact is actually that I realized it after listening to it for a second time on SoundCloud, because I was so I don't know how to phrase this. So tired, I believe, already, because they started at 4:45 and it was until, I believe, 6 in the morning. So very, very late for me. Yeah. So that's that. And of course, we have also to talk about another track that I did not enjoy as much. I thought it would be a banger, but it is a bit of a disappointment. I'm talking about David Guetta and Tom Staar. This Ain't Techno. This was released last week on Friday on Spin in Main. So this is actually a huge thing for Tom Staar, that he actually released a track on the Spin in Main. I can't remember the last time it was Spin in Main. It must have been the track with it was called Wide Awake. It was with Still Young. I mean, it was the last track by Tom Staar, and that was already 3 or 4 years ago. So long time ago. So yeah, I need to compare this to a certain track here. So just give me a second. So I know the track for 2 years, I believe, roughly 1.5 years. Yeah, 1.5 years. The first time Tom Staar played this was during, I believe, Tomorrowland 2 years ago, and it was actually so it contained the Eminem sample from Without Me that it was used in a lot of techno tracks since Without Me was released. Nobody's listening to techno, now let's go. So this is actually the sample, and he used it as wait, just give me a second till I find this. Yeah, he used this for this track, and then he usually played a different breakdown, and I was a bit disappointed that actually he disappointed, how to phrase this, sad that he couldn't clear the sample, because I have enough experience to know why this happened. So actually I believe Tom wanted to release this with David Guetta, which is fine. But then how you know it, with the sample, and not with something gibberish that I don't understand. So this was the version from Tomorrowland. So you hear the sample. And actually, what I liked so much about this, and I believe Sylvia will also confirm this. By the way, Steve is also watching over on Insta. Thank you so much for joining. I'm currently speaking about This Ain't Techno by Tom Staar and David Guetta, and I'm actually a bit sad that they couldn't clear a sample, the Eminem sample, and so the original on during Tomorrowland sounded like this. You can hear it in the background. Techno, no, let's go. Nobody listened to techno, no, let's go. And actually what I liked so much about this build-up was that it really builds up a high tension, a huge anticipation that it's gonna drop big, And this is also usually with the Tom Staar tracks, yeah? Rocket, for example, was also a great example, yeah? That you heard it at the beginning for a short time, yeah? And then actually, wait. This is techno, no, let's go. And now I like how he actually, stopped it there, and then it dropped big. So yeah, actually the drop didn't change so much. It was only about that I don't understand what this guy or whatever this recording is saying. I only understand techno elbow or something like this, or elrow. So actually, this is actually what I wanted to work out, because this is very interesting. So I hope that people who are watching it later will get it. And actually, it still builds up the anticipation with the riser, but it was just more exciting with the proper Nobody Listen to Techno, Now Let's Go sample. So I mean, the track is still amazing. I love it. I believe Tom Staar was actually invited by David Guetta to play on. Actually, it was my birthday, October 20th. But he played his own show at Cafe in the City, and then later on, a set like after or before David Guetta in a club that was sold out. So yeah. So actually, it's still a very nice track, but the anticipation's a bit gone, You know what I mean? It's just very tough to say. So, but I will actually edit. Yeah. I don't understand what this guy is saying. This is probably the worst thing about it. So, I mean, because they couldn't clear the sample. They had to use something else. They had to change the words. They had to do a different vocalist. And what would have been better would be to release the track instrumental, so that we could actually do our own version of it. I'm sure that there would be somehow somebody who could reboot it. I know some people that are very good at reboots. And now this actually, you cannot really, cancel out the vocals. That's impossible. Drop is so nice, but it kind of destroyed it with this gibberish that I don't understand. So yeah, it's a bit sad, but yeah, it's just how it goes sometimes, That's why I always say, be careful. Actually, I kind of fell in my own trap that I warn people about, or off, And actually, I got into the trap myself because I got so anticipated of a certain track for a release that the release version sounds totally different from the ripped version of festival sets. So yeah, sue me, or actually bad for me. That actually right now, yeah. But the point is the track was good. The track was fantastic. It was one of the best tracks that I heard in a long, long time. So, and that's why, it's a bit of a disappointment, but yeah. But you still enjoy it. Bakos joined, Sebastian joined, thank you so much. Yeah, and I believe right now it's time for a little bit of a teaser for probably Friday. Because, well, I will definitely do a Bisicast special about Third Party's album. I'll rip it apart, I'll play every track, I will analyze it, already have some ideas. So it will be very interesting to listen to, and now let's give it a first listen to one track of the album, I believe the last one that was released before the album release on Friday. It's called Falling, it was released last Friday, also on Release Records of course, Third Party featuring First State and Anita Kelsey. So yeah, it's absolutely wonderful, 6 minutes long yet again, so you can mix it very wonderfully. And yeah, and the synth is really like so, I would say mature, so you can really hear that they take the effort. So that's why I was so happy to be a part of live 2 weeks ago, because I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. So because last year it was a bit stressful with Pride first and then Third Party, but this one was really amazing to experience. The guys on stage, having fun, playing live. You could really kind of feel it, and also the light show was sick as well. So I would have never ever expected such a sick light show by Third Party. Wow. For me, music comes first, but the lights were really the icing on the cake. Absolutely. So that's what I meant by mature sound. It still sounds amazingly mixed and has these main room vibes. So absolutely sick. So yeah, and I actually don't want to talk too much about it because I will touch on it later. But I definitely wanted to play this so that you actually are, so that you know. And I believe I know the producer First State as well. I already had some tracks by him. And I can also sing the melody. So actually, I already mentioned a couple of times that Third Party's doing amazing melodies for listening. So, oh wait, I guess I didn't do the same techno. I wanted to do it, but then I forgot it. So this, I'll of course add all the links. I was thinking too quickly. This happens sometimes. Yeah, the vocals are beautiful. I'm falling under your spell. So this is techno, that was the first track. This is Spotify link, and now let's do Falling. You should sing all. You should sing all along now. The melody. This is absolutely wonderful. Yeah, Stevie, great. So you'll be the administrator of sound to see them. This is great. I wish I would be there, but I believe. First I want to know what happens with Brexit. This is the first thing. Because I don't want to go inside Britain and then not be able to get out of it again. So I'm actually concerned a lot about Brexit, but we'll see how it will turn out later then. When that drops, oh my god, it's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I really can't wait for you to hear my my in-depth analysis about Third Party. Yeah, and also thank you Alessandro for the like, because this will be very, very sick. So, what do I want to play now? I believe I'll play the new Alesso one. But yeah, actually don't wanna stop it because it's so beautiful. Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. Sick track. So definitely worth checking out. I mean, it's not really about third party, it's about the sound in general. This is very unique, and I don't know whether all the people will understand this sound, but I enjoy it to the fullest. It's just great to have somebody that really is doing his own thing for years now, actually, and that's why I want to support this, because I don't care about revealed artists, I don't care about spin-in artists, because they had to release stuff every week or every month, at least one single to stay relevant to their fans, and that's why rather take the time off, create something that lasts, because for example with third party I still love their the first album Hope, and now there's Together also being released, so and I will enjoy both still, and even after over a year now, it was even 2 years I believe now, so yeah, absolutely sick. So, next up, Alesso with Progresso. Wonderful track. I hope that I won't get flagged for this, because Alesso's music likes to flag you. So yeah. So we had a very interesting discussion about this. It's not as dirty anymore as it used to be. So when you compare this to the very old Alesso stuff, it sounds, it's still a very nice sound and nice synthy, but it's not actually on the low end, a bit weak. So yeah, but yeah, this synthy is actually wonderful. So you should still check it out, I believe, because it's the first track in years by Alesso that I really kind of enjoyed, at least a bit. So it's not total other shit, or actually not electronica. It's really housey. So yeah, Alesso is going a bit back to the roots. Yeah, I really enjoy the vocals here. So wonderful. Yeah, and also the scene actually, it's a bit Prida-esque. Speaking of Prida, there's one coming up. I definitely also want to touch on. Yeah. So you can hear it here, that he really, took the effort to really make also at least some kind of build-up. Maybe he's not as good as he used to be anymore, but still, absolutely a wonderful track, and it's, I enjoyed it to some extent. Maybe not everything, not all, but yeah, definitely worth checking out. So yeah, Alesso mixtape Progresso Volume 1. If it says Volume 1, then I believe there's gonna be more of it, and hope that it won't be mixed like a pop record, but a bit dirty on the low end. Yeah. So, speaking of Prida, because I was already mentioning this, there's one track that reminds me a lot of Prida this week on 03 Music. It's called Judah In and Out of My Life, and I'll start to play this as well. I supported this one on Beatport as well. And I'll of course drop the Alesso track first. Alesso with Progresso. Progresso, I never remember that. Progresso, yeah. So this is definitely also to check out on Spotify, and of course I will. I'm already adding the tracks to the playlist on Spotify, and I'll of course I'll of course add it, give you the link after the show. So yeah, I'm already feeling the Prida vibe on this one, absolutely. Judah, In and Out of My Life. And this track reminds me a lot of a track by Prida in the past. And I'll play two throwback tracks tonight, because the first one will be the track that this is reminding me of, and the other one will be a track that is turning 7 today, so I'll probably do both. On the other one, well, actually, I have to be careful with this one track because I'm not sure whether I won't get flagged for this. So these guys are called Judah, In and Out of My Life. Na 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 na. Oh, this is the beat curling one. It's Spotify link. Also to the original mix, so this mix won't vary. Don't worry about it. And I love the build up. And let's go. Really dirty, and I love to work on the snares. Yes. And I'm actually going around, you know, doing these snares, and I'm so in love. I should be called snare god, really. I'm so in love with snares, especially if they're used correctly. Amazing track. Love the synths in the background. Isn't that Prida? Then I don't know what it is else. You know, I don't care whether this is still a fantastic track. It's not a rip-off or copycat of the track. It's heavily inspired, okay, but they still actually made something, you know, individual out of it. So, and I believe the reviews on YouTube or SoundCloud or wherever, they'll be good as well. Absolutely fantastic track. But tell me what you think about it. I believe one person is in, so I'll be very interested in your opinions. Yeah, there's actually not much on I believe there's something on YouTube about it, maybe. But yeah, I simply love the build-up. Wait, do I have the feeling or I lost a subscriber over on YouTube? That looks very strange. Yeah, but yeah, it's an absolutely fantastic track. Actually, there's not many people heard it yet. So, but yeah, I can tell you it's a fantastic one. There's only 640 people watching it. Look who's watching, Nikita. Nice that you tuned in, because actually I haven't played your track yet, but I will. Melodic tech is what everybody should wake up to. Thank you, 03. Beautiful release. Sounds close to Prida Fat, yeah. This is exactly what I wanted to show you next. And when you compare it to this track, actually it has a different melody, obviously. But speaking of this track, once I'm here, then I should definitely point this out. I'll probably when I play it actually close, then I had to look for Prida because it was faster. Yeah, but absolutely fantastic track. And now we compare it with FAT or Fat by Prida. It was released in 2013, and it's very clean. And I'm so in love with these snares. Why didn't it come in this? Now, there we go. Now I got it. So actually, I'm so in love with this. Actually, I'm driving around in the subway, for example, and you can see me doing this with my hands. I'm actually so in love with these snares. And when the synth is coming on, holy shit, you'll lose it. This was produced in 2013, or released in 2013, and it still sounds so amazing. Just as if it was, you know, released yesterday. Absolutely fantastic. So that's why I'm so in love with this. And it is even on Spotify, the full track. I'm surprised. I thought that Prida is too good for Spotify, but never mind. It's on there. Yes! I'm liking really how he played around with the snares. Actually, this Pride was actually, you know, the birth of my love to snares. So, huge fan of them. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. And also like how he adds the small synth there. So you should definitely check out the whole track, because the whole track has such a great and fantastic progression within the track that you won't even kind of imagine that. So yeah. Actually, I don't want to stop it here because, well, I would have actually to, you know, to go through the whole track, and actually I want to do something else. I definitely want to share this first, because it's very rare that I play a Prida track. I should do this more often, but Prida hasn't released anything yet in a year. The last EP was this Elements EP, and yeah, whatever. But yeah, well, right now, once Nikita is in, I'll of course drop his new release, or his upcoming release, I would say, called Deeper Love, and it's by Nicky Miles and Pat Kids featuring Marigo Sarish, or Sarish, however you pronounce him. So, I heard it only quickly today. Oh, that was way too loud. Let's check it out. So Nikita, tell us maybe when you're still in, the story about the track. How did you meet Pat Kiss, and how did you come about? Who wrote the lyrics? You know, I'm interested in this inside information because it's very interesting to listen to. So, yeah, and I hope that I won't get flagged for this, so I just let it run here. Yeah, it's not on Spotify yet, so exclusive stuff, okay. We should actually talk more about this, how to say this. Okay, when is the release? I mean, there will be a release, I believe. Oh yeah, I know Vivaltas, of course I know Vivaltas, yeah. I believe we met him, I met him during ADE as well, didn't I? Yeah, I believe that the vocals could have had a bit more reverb on it. Still up. Anyway, Kieran is in. Thank you so much for joining. March 15. Yeah. Oh, that's on Friday actually, okay. Yeah. So what I like very much that actually you probably layered 2 free synthes there, which is very nice, idea-wise. Remember, for example, that Apollo by Hardwell, there's also some layers there. I mean, that's the usual case, probably. So if you can actually make several layers and then make it sound like one, this is probably the best thing that you can do. Upcoming pop singer. Yeah. So I believe that the vocals could have had a bit more reverb. And maybe it's just the impression of the instrumental. It's very tough to say. Yeah. Hi, Vitautos. I'm not sure whether we are friends or not on Facebook. I believe we are, but I'm not sure. Yeah, we are friends on Facebook, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, could have been also a bit dirtier mixed, so... But... Yeah, a bit more low end. But yeah, you said you did this on purpose, so... Yeah. But it's still an alright track, I would say. I really like the synth, the melody there. Has a bit of Don Diablo in it, not too much. Still very individual. So yeah, it's very fine. Very fine. Not 100%, but all in all, it's a very okay track. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like it's very tough, you know, to give somebody feedback when you have a different opinion on something, and you know that the producer did this on purpose, like knowing this, because, for example, of radio, where this is, you know, the state of the art, I would say, and I'm actually a bit against that. So yeah, but I hope still that I helped you a bit, and I hope to hear some dirtier stuff from you in the future as well. So yeah, so very thankful for this, and yeah, what else do I want to play? Let me check. Yeah, you're very welcome. Yeah, so I hope that there will be something groovier from you again. But yeah, it's also very interesting actually that you are very versatile as a producer. So that's very, very cool. So yeah, I believe let's do the other promo that I received this week. A guy who will watch later because he's having no time today. But yeah, well, I cannot of course set my Bisicast the way a producer wants to hear feedback on. It's Max Mason from Germany that I know for a long time on Facebook right now. And this track is called Telling Me. Let me check if this is released already. Yeah. So this track is already released. Telling Me by Max Mason. Yeah, so I'm also looking forward to the bangers by Without Us, of course. This is a name you can only have in where's Without Us from? Lithuania, right? So you're from Latvia and Without Us, I believe, from Lithuania. So yeah, this is actually very ancient, I would even say, almost. So yeah, piano house at its best, I would say. By Max Mason, Telling Me. Sorry. Yeah, I'm coughing less, but I'm still coughing sometimes at least. I really love the piano on this one. It's very simple, but yet so effective. So I'm absolutely in love. Yeah, the Baltics. Or maybe it's also only Mason, I'm not sure. Nice. I hope that's this guy. Actually, I want to tag him, that's why it takes a bit of time because I need to find the people. That's him. So Max Mason was Telling Me, also released on a German label. I need to. When I copy something once, then it's very tough to find it again. And there's also another remix. Yeah, but thanks Nikita for sharing. So yeah, what's about the feedback? Interesting vocal chop or loop that you choose here. I really enjoy the piano. I'm just a huge piano house fan in general, and it's very well mixed with a very nice added layer to it. This reminds me of Take Me Now by Tivoli Marquardt a couple of years back. It's actually a very old track, but a bit of a piano vibe there by Eric Prydz, but not too much. Yeah, like I can hear the inspiration, but you still try to to do something individual out of it, which I appreciate a lot. So yeah, it's definitely cool. Maybe you could have done a bit more with the vocal, I would say. But in general, yeah, the track as itself is absolutely great. So yeah, let me check what else I got here. So I got some top shit. I should look that up. Okay. Actually, I'm not sure what I want. Actually, I can finish with this, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. So that's maybe for now. So I'm not sure whether I played this track. Like, let me check. So I believe I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, good. So that's that. And let me check what else I want to play here. Yeah, we have. We have. Now we're gonna get a bit rough. One more progressive, then we'll get a bit rougher. But this one I definitely also want to play. This is called Current, and it's by Andrei Sobota. Because I guess I haven't played it last week. Absolutely wonderful progressive one. Yeah. So going back to the progressive ones. Yeah. Like the true proper progressive ones. They're really like with long lasting atmosphere and all that. So I'm very much in love with these ones. This one is released on Colorize. So I'll also drop here the extended mix for you into my playlist. It's such a chill track, you know. Just listen to it, lean back, enjoy it, chill. This is so good. So in love with this one. I'm actually a huge fan of Andrei Sobota for a long time already, so yeah, I'm always very thankful when he comes up with something new. It's so funny because Sobota in Polish means the Saturday, so it's actually very interesting to know. So yeah, the book is called Current. Yeah, and it's definitely something to chill, so absolutely wonderful. Actually, it doesn't really fit what I'm going to play next. It's really tough to kind of build up that anticipation. But you should definitely check this one out. So actually, as I've already mentioned a couple of times, it's very tough to play a progressive track that is 7 minutes long, over 7 minutes long, almost 7:30, to get all the different aspects. But I love the atmosphere. I love how it is built. In Russian, it also means Saturday. Oh, this is good to know. Yeah, that's what. They are very closely related. And up next, this will surprise you, Nikita. This will surprise you. What I choose here: Sidney Samson and Little John, Mutate, the 2K19 extended festival mix. This has some proper Dirty Dutch vibes, updated for 2019. I want to know your opinion on this. I'm so honest, really. What do you think of this? I don't know whether you heard it, but I like it somehow. Maybe not like as the track itself, but like the general idea to have like is it updated to this kind of sound. Of course, it has a hard distorted kick, but let's ignore that. Let's just focus on the main idea of how to update. Yeah, this, ladies and gentlemen, how to update a Dirty Dutch track for 2019. I don't know, I just love Lil Jon for some reason. Get ready! Get ready! This sounds already so dirty. This sounds so fun. And I would love to hear now. I don't know what. Are they changing the tone of the bass line here? I'm not sure. No. Oh, they're adding this. This is sounding so fun. This would be a track which I would really jump off to at a festival. One of the rare ones that I really enjoy. Those toms, yeah, toms. I will. This is sounding very interesting to my ears. When you when you really don't kind of ignore that we kind of hate this genre, or whatever, or not really fans of it, but like the general idea is so interesting. Get bad, ladies and gentlemen, get bad. Gentlemen, get ready to mutate. This is sounding so much fun. Actually, it's not really my type of music, but I mean the idea. These toms, so cool. Speaking of something that is normal for a genre, there's also a track that was released last week called Plug House that was on the Hell Deep Records EP by La Fuente. Simple idea. I don't know. It's a shame that Nikita actually didn't comment on it, because I would like to really know his opinion about it. So, this is Plug House by La Fuente. Norman is Norman, I would say. Yeah, also here, yet another very interesting idea. Yeah, so you can hear actually the plugs there, I would say. So what I also want to play here, actually we're almost done anyway, because I have to, yeah, I have 3 minutes left, so maybe 1 or 2 more tracks. Maybe I have like this Mala track here, Addiction, sounds also very nice. And for the others, maybe I'll postpone them to next week. I hope that I'll be live a bit earlier. Yeah, I like the idea of the synthi, of the vocal sample here, because it's about cocaine, which sounds always very fun. Yeah. Well, Addiction, it already says in the title, it's about drugs. Also, the artwork also shows that. So Mala, aka Sebastian B, as you already know. Actually, we don't know, but we don't know, but we know. You know what I mean. Mala music. Yeah, one of the little tracks that I really like by Mala. Cool bass line, cool synthi. You can play this also in a tech house set. This is so cool. So, I'm definitely in love with this one.
You might notice.
So cool. Yeah. So maybe one track to finish, because I had some great dub stuff as well this week. Just don't know which one. What's the earlier one? Well, what is the last one that I added? Yeah, okay, so I believe I'll add this one. To finish off, I have something, I believe it's drum and bass. For the people over on Insta, thank you so much for joining tonight. I'll play the last track without you, but you can actually rewatch it over on Facebook. And then later, of course, on YouTube. Oh, yeah, just came to my mind actually that there's also a remix, but yeah, well, I'll play the original for now, and that's fine. Okay, so this is the last track before the final one. So Mala did actually a good job on it, very techy, very nice. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, to finish it off, I guess I would play a track that is, well, a mix of everything basically. It's very weird sounding. There's a bit of, I believe, drum and bass, drum step, it's very tough to say. Fox Stevenson, out of my head, the Fox Stevenson and Find remix. I'm peacing out. Thank you so much for watching, guys, this week. I'll be back probably, not 100% sure, because it depends on also release family and stuff, because I want to do actually kind of both at the same time. Will be a bit tough, but hopefully we'll manage it somehow. Yeah, James, you can of course rewatch it, because I'm finishing now. This is the last track that I'm gonna play. And yeah, hope that you enjoy it. Yeah, it's explicit. I'm interested how this will sound in full. But I believe it's always good to finish up with something, you know, different. Yeah, this is drum and bass, yeah. very nicely sounding, very nicely mixed. So yeah, I like that. Sometimes, you know, I also listen to drum and bass, so yeah, also having a lot of fun with this. Something I didn't forget any track. Yeah, I like actually how he changes up, you know, the different patterns. Yeah. So let's actually do fast forward to the last one, last drop. So if I haven't played something that I wanted to play, I'll probably postpone it to next week. But I believe the one that I actually did on Insta Story, I believe I played all of them, or actually most of them. Sometimes, you know, it happens that, you know, that you don't really have the time for... Yeah, these ones I played already, yeah. Lucas and Steve, maybe. I'll play this next week. I wanted to play that, but somehow I forgot about it. But actually, you know, sometimes it's like this, that I talk too much on a track, and then I lose time for the other ones, but I'll catch up, so don't worry about it. Okay, guys, that's it for this week. Hope to be back at the end of the week with Third Party's album, and a really in-depth analysis, a bit better one than the one from their Hope album, where I, you know, had to be kind of quiet, and not very good for an in-depth analysis like that. But yeah, I hope that it will turn out in a good way. So thank you very much. Have a great remaining week, and maybe we'll see each other on Friday. So till then, till the next Bisicast. Thanks and bye.